What is that? That's new.
Huh?
Is that the dextrose for Jeffrey?
Mm-hmm.
Hi guys. I want to make sure it's clear. And that you can hear me. So I am here checking on our remaining puppies. Unfortunately, you all know that we lost Jem yesterday, sadly. Hi, Jeffrey. Hi, buddy. Jeffrey is still struggling. He is still on his feeding tube of Clinicare. He is still on his IV fluids. He's still on IV antibiotics, 2 IV anti-nausea medications, and IV pain meds. When I spoke to the doctor this morning, she had basically said Jeffrey is just feeling really, really dumpy. You could tell he does not feel well. She gave him a little bit of a break last night, overnight, from the Clinicare. Hi. Hi, bud. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. She gave him a little bit of a break from the Clinicare just to give him his system a little bit of chance to rest, because he was still having really bloody diarrhea and very runny, and he is also still regurgitating up a little bit of the food, even though it is being tube fed. He was still regurgitating, so she decided to give his system a little bit of rest from the Clinicare, and then she added the dextrose, which is basically sugar water, right?
It's that and some other stuff.
Yeah.
It's got calcium and some other good
Calcium, sugar, nutrients, and she also told me she gave him some NutriCal last night, which is to help bring up his sugar. That was one of the problems that Jem had. She just couldn't regulate, and she had no sugar in her system. So she did that last night. Obviously today he's back on the Clinicare feeding tube. Jeffrey? The good thing, if it's good, it's better. It's not good. Unlike Jem, who could not regulate her own temperature, who was running very, very cold and had to be on constant warming, Jeffrey is able to regulate his temperature. Jem also had a very, very low heartbeat. And as of right now, Jeffrey's is good. She said his heartbeat sounded good, his lungs sounded good. He is able to regulate his temperature. So those are all good things. His white blood cell count is still in the tank, which is not good. The thing with parvo that is different from other infections, usually if you take your dog to the doctor and they have some sort of infection, their white cell count is up. With parvo, it is opposite. When they get parvo, their white cell count goes down. So his is still very much down. He has not started to make that climb back up, which we are praying for constantly. Jeffrey. He also received a plasma transfusion last night. Just one, or did he get 2?
As far as I'm aware, he only got 1, but
Okay.
Dr. Rick knows.
He also received a plasma transfusion last night, just to help get his electrolytes and his proteins and everything up, to give him a little bit more strength to continue his fight against this horrible virus. Unfortunately, there is really no cure for parvo. It is just giving them the supportive care that they need for them to be able to sustain and fight against the virus and overcome it. So we are doing that. We are doing everything possible that we can think of to give them all the tools and the supportive care that they need to be able to stay strong and to fight this virus off and hopefully come out the other side. Like I said, as of right now, of the 3 remaining puppies, because unfortunately we lost Jem, Jeffrey is the most critical. He is the one that is still fighting the hardest, and that we are still constantly praying for. Jeffrey, hi buddy. Hi. Hi bud. Handsome. Hi. You have a whole team fighting for you. The whole army. You gotta hang in there, buddy. You gotta fight this. You gotta stay strong. So, to get back to the cost of this, to treat parvo, it is such a horrible, aggressive, nasty disease, and it is very expensive to attempt to treat it. They are here in the 24-hour critical care emergency hospital, where they receive around-the-clock care. They have their own nurse who is assigned to just them, literally, that just stays in here in this room with them and takes care of them. Today it's Kevin. Say hi. And they tend to their every need with all 4 puppies. When they came in, all of them had IV lines, and then they got feeding tube lines, and it's a constant struggle. You know, when they move, their lines kink, they need to be straightened out, their IV fluids run out, they need to be refilled, their clinic care runs out, that needs to be refilled, they're getting checked, their vitals are being checked hourly to ensure that they're stable and they're going in the right direction. If they're not, they're attended to, they bring the doctor in. All of that is not cheap. Could they be at a regular animal hospital and be treated for parvo? Yes, they could. Would it be cheaper? Yes, it would. But would they get this kind of care, the kind of care that they require? No, they would not. They wouldn't have a nurse dedicated solely to them. They would not have somebody checking their vitals every hour and all of that. We've been through it, and we actually lost a dog to parvo in a general hospital setting, and we said we would never do that again. Parvo is such a nasty disease. They need this type of care in order to be given a chance to overcome it, especially when they're tiny babies like this. So for anybody who is, questioning or wondering about the cost of it, please don't. If you understood everything that went into it to give them this chance, you wouldn't question it. It is not cheap to do. But that is what we are doing because that is what they require. That being said, the estimate that we had signed that we showed you was only until Sunday night, which was last night. Obviously, they are still here. They are still in need of constant medical attention. Jeffrey is still not out of the woods. He is still hooked up to everything. And obviously, you can see he's still having a rough time. So we have another estimate coming to us. We haven't received it yet, but we are going to need to cover the cost of that to continue this care that they so desperately need. So we are begging all of you once again, along with updating you, we are begging you, if you could find it in your heart, to donate, even if it's $1. The PayPal link is on this post. The address, if you would prefer to mail in a check, is also listed on this post, as well as the phone number if you'd like to call in donations to the animal hospital. Unfortunately, you cannot do that today. You would have to wait until tomorrow due to the holiday. They're not taking donations today because it's a skeleton crew. But I just wanted to give you an update because I have been here with them every day so far. Jeffrey still needs your prayers. He is still fighting, and he's fighting hard, and we're fighting along with him. Hi, bud. Did you open your eyes? The better news behind Jeffrey still fighting so hard and still not doing well, he has not turned that corner yet, is that these two munchkins, hi, Juliet and Jess, as you can see, are together, and they are off of all the tubes and all the wires. They came off last night, so we are being cautiously, very, very, very cautiously optimistic. Hi. Hello. Hello. Hi, munchkins. Hello, munchkins. Very, very cautiously optimistic that they will stay off of everything. Back up. Back up, Juliet. They have been eating on their own. They have been drinking on their own. They had their feeding tubes removed. They had their IV catheters removed. They still are on injectable medications. So they're still fighting, but so far so good with being disconnected from everything. So we are thrilled, to say the least, but also very, very cautiously optimistic. We're praying they continue to go in the right direction. Hi, you just want to be close? You just want to be close, Juliet? Hi, Munchkin. Hi. Hi. Back up. Back up, back up. Hi, Jess. Hi, Jess. Hi. How are you? Hi, Juliet. Hi. What? Hi, Munchkin. So with all the sadness of yesterday losing Jem, her teeny tiny body just was not strong enough to fight no matter what we did, and we did do everything we possibly could. She just was too weak to fight. She ended up with edema. They thought she was going septic, and we did not want her to suffer. So we ran here yesterday, and I held her in my arms, and we talked to her, we kissed her, and we let her pass. And it was excruciatingly heartbreaking to do that, but we did not want her to suffer. So with all that sadness comes a little bright spot with these two little munchkins who have seemed to have turned the corner and are on the way on the upswing. We are hoping they continue to do so, and that they continue to eat and drink and stay strong so that they don't have to be rehooked up. We believe Jem is their little angel right now. So Jess and Juliet are doing better, but our little Jeffrey is still fighting, and fighting hard. So I just wanted to give you all a quick update on our 3 remaining parvo babies. Jeffrey is still in the fight for his life. He is still on the feeding tube. He is still on IV fluids. He's on IV dextrose. He got a plasma transfusion last night. He is still on anti-nausea medications. He's still on pain medications. And he is still fighting. So he still needs your prayers. They all do. Hi, Jeffrey. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. You hang in there, okay? Everybody's praying for you. So I just wanted to give you this quick update. Please donate if you can, and please keep them in your prayers. This is Tiffany with 100 Plus Abandoned Dogs of Everglades, Florida.